6:50.
Thank you for joining us this evening for the January 8th, 2025 Monte Sereno Site and Architectural Commission regular meeting. Before the meeting is called to order, I'd like to point out a few house rules to assist the commission, staff, and members of the public to successfully participate in the meeting. For today's meeting, Zoom is being used to allow public participation with the Site and Architectural Commission regular meeting. For those using Zoom to participate, there are two icons, chat and raise hand. Please use chat only to report technical issues such as being unable to hear a commission member speaking. Please use raise hand to be recognized by the chair and enabled to speak to the commission. Only attendees using the Zoom application can use the raise hand option to comment. Participants calling in from a telephone will only be able to listen and cannot provide any feedback or public comments. And lastly, when we're not all in the same room, all votes in the meeting must be taken by roll call.
I'll call the meeting to order. Do we have any written communications?
We received 3 written communications for the one item under the public hearing, and they were all passed on to the commissioners before this meeting and posted online with the agenda. So nothing.
Chair, can I recommend a roll call of the commission?
Can you recommend it?
Yes.
Go ahead, roll call.
Commissioner Allen,
Present.
Commissioner Evans,
Present.
Commissioner Tam,
Present.
Commissioner Srivastava is absent tonight, and Vice Chair Connolly.
Here. The first item on the agenda is approval of the minutes. From the December 4th meeting. I'm sure everyone reviewed them. Juan, you weren't here.
I will abstain.
Okay, so I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes from the December 4th meeting.
So moved.
Was,
Second.
do we need a roll call on that?
And just for record purposes, we need to open it for the public comment in case there's anybody in the public on the
Oh,
in
okay.
person or online that'd like to comment on those meeting minutes.
Does anyone have a comment from the audience?
And no hands are raised. We're good.
Take a vote.
Yes, Commissioner Allen,
I abstain.
Commissioner Evans,
Yes.
Commissioner Tam.
Yes.
Vice Chair Connolly.
Yes. Now we move to the public hearing for the evening. Staff, do you want to talk about where we are on this?
Yes, thank you. So this is an application for a site development permit for a new house, as well as a tree removal permit to remove 4 trees at 14911 Karl Avenue. The proposed house is 1-story with approximately 6,202 square feet. The architectural style of the house is contemporary with a mix of exterior materials, including stucco, large format stone veneer, dark metal window frames, and a slate roof. The 4 trees that are proposed for removal, which require approval by the commission tonight, include 1 valley oak tree, 1 Japanese maple tree, and 2 coast live oak trees. All 4 trees are located within the proposed area of construction, and the 2 coast live oak trees are in poor condition. The proposed landscape plan does include the planting of 12 new 24-inch box trees on the site. Staff recommends approval of the site development permit and the tree removal permit in accordance with the draft memorandum of decision that is attached to the staff report. And I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Are there any questions from here?
I have a question on the plans or what have you. Do I ask that now or do you want me to?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm a little confused on tree number 641, I believe it is. So if I look at 641, the application says it's 53-inch tree. But if I look at the plans, it's a much smaller tree. It's a 17-inch tree. So I don't know the difference.
So I'm sorry, it was 641?
641, yeah, I believe that's correct. Let me just verify, 641. Yeah, 641 Coastal 53-inch. Which is pretty big, but then when I look down at the plan side. On the map, it's the 641,
I think it's a 17 inch.
17 inches, that's right. So that's the thing, I'm just. The two just seem out of sync, is all.
Circumference versus diameter.
What I'm looking up right now. I think there might be a circumference versus diameter error.
3.5 might get you there. 3.5.
Yes. It is 53 inches in circumference and 17 inches in diameter. Is the correct
Okay,
information.
and we use which in terms of approving or disapproving?
We use circumference,
Okay,
and for an oak tree, it would be 20 inches. Is the size, minimum of 20 inches in circumference is the size that requires a tree removal permit.
gotcha. So in this case. Both the 640 and 41 are asking to be removed. And they're as big as we've set up above, not the diameter, the circumference.
Yes.
I got you. So it's a much, yeah, okay. That was all. That was all. My confusion. Thank you.
Is the applicant here? Yes.
Yes.
You're welcome to come on.
Hello, commissioners. How are you doing?
Good.
My name is Jacqueline Greenmeyer. I'm with Colsett and Associates. It's been wonderful working with Les and Nini Paleo, to design their home. They said they were gonna be here. Should maybe walk in here any minute. I think we all can agree Karl Avenue is a really beautiful neighborhood. It's a lot of really well-designed homes, a lot of traditional character. Each one's very unique. So we really knew we needed to do something really special for this property. From the very beginning, we knew we needed to do a single-story home. That was the most appropriate for the neighborhood. We designed a home with very traditional bones and form, with cast stone trim, formal, like a block veneer, slate roof. But we also have some modern detailing with the proportions of the windows, with some of the detailing at the eaves. Try to give a little bit of a modern flavor. We have a very traditional symmetrical entry with a nice courtyard, and an entry that has a raised roof. We have garage doors that face the side and make it less visible from the street. We have a U-shaped driveway that accesses that garage. It also provides off-street parking. And then we also noticed a lot of charming stone low walls along the street, and we're definitely going to continue that pattern in front of our house. One of the things we noticed when we talked to some of the builders is that we have a decent amount of off-haul export from the grading. We have about 550 cubic yards that we're going to need to off-haul. We kind of talked to Diana a little bit about this, and we got some good feedback. We're thinking that if we can keep the dirt on site, I know it makes the grading numbers look a little bit bigger, but if we can keep it on site by raising the pool deck by 2 to 2.5 feet, we can eliminate all that off-haul and all that trucks and all the dirt on the street. So we definitely like to propose that. If that is acceptable to you guys, we'll definitely incorporate it in our construction docs for later. And then lastly, I wanted to talk about some of the neighbor support. I really wanted to thank them there's been a few letters of support. One neighbor came and is here and has expressed a couple concerns. I just wanted to address those really briefly. One of his concerns was about the trees that we're proposing along the northern property line. He's on the northern side. We have 4 oak trees proposed right there. Those are just for replacement. They're also for privacy. We thought those were a good location. They're a little concerned they're gonna get too big. Sitting in that location, maybe they might drape over the neighbor's property. Hi, Amy. I'll do the light show. And so anyway, we definitely are, so we've already discussed that we would be happy with doing some other kind of replacement in that area. Maybe we take those live oaks and move them to where we already have some oaks in the back. We can provide hedging or some other form of tree that provide privacy for both neighbors. And we're happy to work with them. So if we can agree to work on it, you know, pick some trees in the future, we can, I'm sure we'll come to an agreement on that. And then there was an issue a little bit about property lines. I don't know if you guys saw that email. There was an aerial view of the property lines from the county's website. I just wanted to address that really quickly, saying that we have, through our experience, we've noticed that aerial imagery is not as accurate as ground truth site surveyed work by licensed surveyor. So we are very confident in the dimensions we've proposed. The imagery, you know, measures to eaves instead of property or to the actual walls. There's, you know, a lot of warping that can happen in those images. So we feel that we've provided everything as accurately as possible. So I think that's about it. If you guys have any questions, I'm happy to answer.
So I have one, and have you, perhaps as the resident, considered that maybe an ADU along with this would look delightful?
We have, we are under the impression that they're not discretionary, so we did not include them in the proposal, but we do have one in the works.
You get extra credit.
I think that's a good
If you
idea.
see on that left side of the pool, there's a little hole there. That would be it.
That would be great.
Saratoga, you said no.
I think ADUs, and we're trying to encourage ADUs, I think, in general, part
Excellent.
of our housing element, and we think it's a ideal, you know, particularly in the, you know.
Excellent. Well, gladly obliged. Great.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Is anyone else from the public here to speak? Okay, you've got 3 minutes.
Alright.
Introduce yourself.
Okay, hi everyone, I'm Pawan Chitumala, I live on the neighboring property 14845 Karl Avenue. So I reviewed the plan, first of all, it's really nice plan, you know, it incorporates a lot of good architectural elements, it's a great addition to the neighborhood. So I have 2 questions. The first question is addressed by the architect just now, and the other one is about the property boundary line. So I was looking at the county's GIS records. It's, you know, and the setback, it's coming up like 15 feet, but on the plan it's 20 feet. So I just wanted some clarity on the survey, you know, the survey indicating the property line.
So, and just to clarify, you're talking about what the plans are showing for the existing house,
Yeah,
correct? And that will be demolished.
yeah. So, and the new house is coming exactly on the same setback line.
Correct. So as part of the building inspections that would be done, a requirement that we have is before the building inspector will allow the foundation work to continue, we do require a licensed surveyor to verify that the setback of the foundation forms to the property line is accurate to the
Okay.
plans.
Sounds good. That will be all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to speak on this application?
We do have a member of the public online that would like to say. Good evening.
Good
Alani.
evening. Yeah, good evening. Yeah, and I'm the neighbor on the other side, and I looked at the plan. It looks pretty good, so we look forward to that house being built. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
In terms of transparency, Javed Alahi is the vice mayor of Monte Sereno.
Right, and I'm speaking as a citizen. I guess I will not be addressing it at the city council, obviously. Thank you, sir, and
Right.
congratulations, former Mayor Allen, for your nomination sitting on the chair.
Thank you for calling in.
Thank you.
Anyone else online?
No other hands are raised.
Okay, then we will close the public hearing and open it up to You got it, Russ.
Yeah, I went out there today and I think that, this is going to improve. Carl is a beautiful street and I think this will, just add to the luster of Carl. And I think that, it'll add to everybody's property values. Frankly, I think you guys are making our job easy. I think it's gonna be a wonderful addition to Carl.
I echo Lon's comments as well, and seeing that there are, I think, 2 other homes being built right now, and just having all that construction done within this, hopefully this next year, year and a half or 2 would be, the street's gonna have a really, really nice, even better curb appeal. So I'm looking forward to the finished product as well.
Overall, I think that's a delightful design, beautiful home, walk that property area. The place I tend to walk often, it's a beautiful street, and I think so improve it. I think retaining the dirt on site is really helpful. I think just overall wear and tear on the road, as well as, I think just it's better to utilize that on site if you can. So I support that, and I am encouraged as well to support an ADU on the property as well.
Well, I like the project and, well, I think that the design is good, the treatment is good, it's gonna add to the nature of the street, it's certainly an improvement to the site. Did any of us have any other comments on this? If not,
The one thing I'm not clear on entirely is, I know the street, the road itself is, I don't know in what kind of shape it is. Is there, as a part of building this, I assume there's like an encroachment permit that goes along to make sure they have the curb or whatever it is that we need to have to keep the road from eroding. Is that right?
Yes, so generally we do require, the curb and gutter to be installed, as part of new houses. This portion of Karl Avenue is a private street. So, I would need to, the city engineer will confirm, if the normal city standards apply, or if there's a different standard that's been used on Karl Avenue, but generally we do require that.
Okay, so because I know some of the houses up where the other walls are up before this home, have that kind of a treatment, which is really quite nice. But I know that that's also been a problem for us on our roads. But do we have, so you say it's a private road, I don't quite know what that means, other than we don't have a responsibility for it, is that how?
That's
it
right.
is?
Yeah, the city does not maintain that portion.
Okay,
It's like elections.
okay, so.
the chair would entertain a motion to approve the site development permit and tree removal permit as conditioned in the memorandum of decision identified as application 20243083 with a possible amendment of the trees on the north property line, a mutual agreement between the owners of those properties with regard to what's going to go there.
So move.
Second.
And, if I can confirm, if the motion also includes the revised grading to, increase the, so the current.
I didn't put it in because I don't think it matters. It's a choice they haven't made yet. But if you want to include that and amend that to say, that the fill removal could be applied to the pool area at the discretion of the city planner and engineer.
Thank you.
I'll amend my motion to, in Detroit patois, what he said.
And I'll second that.
Okay, moving forward. Take a vote?
Yes, Commissioner Allen,
Yes.
Commissioner Evans,
Yes.
Commissioner Tam,
Yes.
and Chair Conley.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks.
You're excused.
I could run a Well Scout if I have another one there. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll give you something.
Thank you.
very much. Thanks very
Thank
much.
you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
As well. Yes.
My wife and I have lived here 46 years.
Well, we're making a big move from Saratoga to here.
Thank you. See y'all around.
Years ago, they wouldn't allow us to have an ADU.
Oh, yeah, seriously.
Well, 30 years ago, remember, we went to the wall and keto to keep you guys from sneaking over.
Thanks again.
Thank you.
At this point, we want to welcome the new commissioner, Mr. Ron Allen, Esquire.
The renew.
And we need to elect a new chair and a vice chair. At this point tonight, yes.
Well, given the fabulous job you did this evening, Tom, I would nominate you to be the chair for this calendar year.
I would second that.
I'm all for it.
We should vote orally or just raise
Are you
hands?
formally accepting your nomination?
Oh, yeah, I'll accept it.
Then do we need to vote? We need to do a roll call vote?
No, at this point, I mean, it sounds like everybody
Okay.
was on board. Take that
Okay.
yes from everyone.
And now we need a vice chair.
And I'd like to invite, Donna to take a shot at the vice chair.
And I would second that motion.
I can give it a shot.
Thank you.
It's not complicated, I can assure you.
Just make sure you count all the time.
All right, I'll be sure of that.
All those in favor of that?
Aye.
Aye. Congratulations, vice chair.
And then if I could, before we adjourn the meeting, if we can just, as a formality, ask for, I think we skipped the oral communications part of the agenda. So just to make sure that there isn't anybody, there's nobody in the audience, if there's anybody online who wants to speak on anything that's not on the agenda tonight.
No hands are raised.
Catherine Davis.
Sometimes democracy can be very efficient. As we just saw this evening.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
There is, I have a motion to adjourn.
Second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned at 7:21.
Thanks.